You remember the day the world ended. Not the poetic kind other clans complain about. The real kind, where the land literally tried to kill you. 1 second, you were chasing glow bugs. The next, the ground jumped like Pandora tried to throw you into orbit. Ash poured from the sky, and daylight vanished like someone deleted it. The heat punched straight into your chest and knocked the air out of you. You ran without thinking. Everything looked wrong. The sky, the ground, even the trees, all shaking like they were confused. A warrior grabbed you and pulled you close. For a moment, you thought you would live. Then a burning branch fell beside him, and he shoved you forward. You tried to hold on to him, but you were 7, tiny, coughing, eyes burning, and he was already gone in the smoke. People told you he did not suffer. You never believed that. Other Na'vi kids got stories, lullabies, whatever the Na'vi version of Cocomelon is. You got smoke drills. Dark smoke? Move. Light smoke? Move soon. A weird crackle? Just please don't investigate, and don't ask questions. Run. Your toys were rocks, sticks, and anything that did not explode that week. Cooking burned you more than it fed you. Barefoot on cracked stone, you gripped a spear taller than you, trying not to cry while adults argued about which direction danger might come from next. Your first hero moment came during a fire outbreak. A half-grown viper wolf slipped through the haze, hungry and twitchy. The ash was so thick, it blurred its shape until the last second. You stepped into its path, even though your legs were shaking so hard you sounded like a rattlesnake. You never stood a chance at beating it, but you slowed it just enough for the adults to notice. They praised you like a hero and scolded you like you'd done your homework wrong. Peak Ashland childhood. By your teen years, you were guiding patrols, old enough to be useful, still young enough to wish the Ashlands would chill for like 1 day. The Ashlands never give you that. The place is basically anxiety with geography. Every morning starts with that metal and burnt stone and hail that makes you wonder if you'll make it to lunch. The trees look like skeletons. The ground cracks under you like it's annoyed you stepped on it. And still, you stay. Not because it's pleasant, but because leaving feels like abandoning everyone who survived here before you. The old home tree stands half collapsed, stubborn and crooked. Each morning, you touch it to remind yourself the clan existed before the burning. One morning, the ground beside you split open and blasted a gas column the height of a banshee. Just a step back, and then walking on. Normal Tuesday. Growing up here teaches you how to react first and think later. Hard part is everyone expects you to know the rules, and the land keeps rewriting them. The elders wanted to check a trail. You told them something felt wrong, but they went anyway. You watched them walk between the burnt trees, their shapes fading in the haze. One of them lifted an arm, maybe waving, maybe signaling something else. But the ash swallowed it before you could tell. Then they were gone. The storm hit fast. When it finally eased, you and a few others went looking. The trail had vanished under fresh air. Someone scraped the ground with their foot and a cracked mask rolled out. A torn strap hung from a branch like someone left in a rush. That was all you found. A warrior placed the beads they recovered into your hand. He did not say anything. He did not need to. Someone had to step in, and you were the only one left. You knelt in the morning, gave orders by midday, and by night, the clan had already decided you were the one they would follow. People think you wanted the role. They see you giving orders and assume it was some big destiny moment. Now, the first time you had to make a real call, you misread the weather. You thought the storm was farther out and sent a patrol anyway. The ash rolled in before anyone could turn back. That night, the fire felt too quiet. 2 spots were empty. Their gear was still lying where they left it earlier. Someone had set one of their masks near the flames, and the light made the ash on it look silver. You sat by the dying fire, staring at the 2 empty bedrolls, and ash settling on them like a pale shroud. From then on, leading became the thing that kept you moving because stopping wasn't an option for anyone. After that, the years stacked up fast, and your body paid for all of it. By the time you're grown, the ash has already done its damage in ways you don't broadcast. Your joints creak. Your lungs feel like they're full of gravel. Some storms mess with your vision, but the land's playing a bad prank. But leaders don't limp. Leaders don't cough. Leaders definitely don't pass out in front of the clan. You push through it, because too many warriors die young to pretend you're special. During one raid, your body simply stopped. It just straight up bailed on you. A Mangkwan warrior saw someone charging and threw himself in the way. He lived, but not unchanged. Every rattle in his breath feels like a knife you swallowed. Twice now, someone has thrown themselves between you and death. You can survive ash, fire, hunger, all of that. But the idea of someone dying because of you, that's the part that crushes your chest. And honestly, the biggest weight you carry isn't your lungs. It's your name. You'd think the worst thing the Ashlands did was break your body. It really wasn't. The worst thing was how it made everyone doubt you, including yourself. Suspicion? Expected. You're Varang. Walk into a gathering and half the people suddenly remember something boiling back home. But the whispering still catches you off guard. They turn from Ewa. They let the ash inside them. They trust sky people. They're cursed. One Oloekte even shifted your seat at a fire circle. Not closer, farther. Like sitting next to you might create emotional smoke damage. Your own clan whispers too, wondering if Ewa can still hear you. Never once did you admit you sometimes wonder the same thing. One night, you reached out the old way, waiting for anything. Ewa stayed silent, and it hit you. If no guidance is coming, then all you have left are your own hands, your own choices, and whatever strength you could scrape out of a land that barely tolerates you. The first time you took supplies, nobody called it stealing. Everyone just pretended it was getting what we need. Like changing the name made it less messy. A crate sat near the edge of another clan's storage hut. You went for it. Dragging it across the dirt made more noise than you hoped. Every bump sounded like a signal flare. You kept stopping, waiting for someone to shout. No one did. Back in camp, the kids rushed it before you even caught your breath. One of them touched the metal like it was something magical. Someone cracked the lid and the smell of actual food hit everyone. A fruit pouch rolled out and 3 kids grabbed for it at once. That's the math you live with. And just when you think stealing from Na'vi is the lowest you'll sink, the humans show up with offers. A different kind of theft. Working with the RDA was never something you wanted. It was one of those do this or watch people starve situations. They had tech. You had ash and empty stores. That was the whole relationship. There was one supply drop where a soldier tried to change the deal. Less ammo, more demands. While he talked, his hand drifted toward his weapon. Your warriors froze in that quiet, dangerous way that means someone is about to do something stupid. One of them stepped forward just a little. Not enough to start a fight. Enough to say he was ready. You stopped it before it went anywhere. You hated every part of it, the crates, the waiting, the way you acted like they were doing you a favor. But you took the supplies anyway because pride doesn't feed anyone. People love calling you ruthless, but they have no idea you're just playing the last cards in your deck, and every card comes back covered in blood. You stopped expecting a gentle ending a long time ago. Too many people vanished too young for you to pretend otherwise. What actually scares you isn't dying. It's someone else stepping in for you again. Your mentor, the Mangkwan warrior. People who should still be here. Sometimes at sunset, the ashlands heat up and everything turns orange, like the ground still remembers that first eruption. You stand there for a moment because it's the one time the place feels honest. You want one thing, a clan that never starves. And need one thing, to stop pretending you can carry all this alone. Some clans will teach their kids you were a monster. Your own clan will teach theirs that you were the reason they lived long enough to hear those stories. The world took your piece and handed you a clan instead. So you keep walking through the ash and call that purpose.